MoCap stands for motion capture. We use motion capture everywhere we can. Every time we have scenes of just characters interacting with each other, talking to each other, emotional scenes, action, fight scenes, if they're humanly possible, we will actually do mocap for those as well.
We have a mocap studio on site. They get into their cool suits with all the little dots on it.
We have a large volume of cameras surrounding us, and what it does is it actually captures the motion of the actors.
What we have on the monitor right here is usually the animatic running.
We block the scene out with the animatic of the scene, so all the voice work and all of the acting is already timed and done.
They just act it out, and while they're doing that, it's all being captured. That all gets converted into these skeleton rigs that you see right here. If I scrub through it, you'll see them move. This is the mocap.
We actually rehearse the scene over and over again until they get the timing down and the beats of the scene down. Our workflow allows for a lot of on-the-spot changes. You know, something will happen that looks like it works better, so we'll actually start making changes to the scene as early as in the motion capture. It's almost like a little live-action shoot for RWBY before we actually get into the animation of everything. All the people that work on RWBY are very creative, and sometimes people just love characters so much that it's like, I need to do the mocap for that scene.
I was fortunate enough to be able to portray Jean in this scene where he is, face to face with the monument to Nikos.
I think everybody who's touched this scene has had some feeling about it. It's a beautiful scene, and I think it was good for Jean's character development too.
He could finally come to terms and acceptance for what really happened and not also blame himself for it. Scenes like that are really challenging because there's a lot of subtle nuances in a performance like that. I was Carrie directing that scene, and it was definitely one of the more important scenes for him this season. He had very specific direction as far as what kind of subtle things that he wanted Jean to do with his head, the way that he wanted to turn, so that when he would talk to animators about animating the scene, he could say, use this as reference, this is exactly how I want this scene.
It works as a really nice break for people just working in front of their computer. It kind of just makes the whole process into this one efficient thing when the animators also do the motion capture. Not only does that help them because they know what they're getting, but they can get into that emotional state as early as in the mocap stage.
It's good activity, both physically and I feel mentally. It's also just really cool for a minute to be someone else. You can really get in the heads of the characters.
Thank you.